This is Louise Nevelson Plaza in New York City. How many other living artists do you know who have their own city plaza officially named after them? Well, Louise Nevelson is a superstar in the world of art. Her picture glares out at us from the covers of art magazines. She's had art books written about her. Louise Nevelson belongs, in a sense, to New York City, but in another sense, New York City belongs to her. Her pieces of sculpture fill this square, their forms shadow black against the skyline. All over the city you can find her work, outside and in. In this case, the Chapel of the Good Shepherd beneath the Citicorp skyscraper in Manhattan. She seems as much a part of New York as the buildings themselves. In the World Trade Center hangs one of her big wall sculptures, Skygate, New York. It's one of the many Nevelsons adorning the walls of Wall Street, where it seems every little frieze seems to whisper Louise. But Louise Nevelson, for all those New York connections, does not come from the big town, but from a little town called Rockland, Maine. Her family brought her here from Russia when she was 3 years old. And here, along Penobscot Bay, Louise Berliowski grew up. It wasn't wonderful, to tell the truth, growing up as a Russian Jewish immigrant kid in a small New England town at the turn of the century. Attitudes were as rock-bound as the coastline that gives the town its name. Yet her brother, Nate, has stayed here all his life. Their mother and father are buried here now. And last weekend, something brought Louise back home, too.
If this isn't an ego trip with that impact on me.
It was Louise Nevelson Day in Rockland. The Farnsworth Museum, which didn't exist when Louise was growing up, turned from its usual displays of American traditionalists and ship models to show for the first time the work of one artist only, and that artist was Louise Nevelson.
From the minute I ever showed anything in the 1930s, I was recognized, and the critics have been wonderful.
Some of the pieces her brother Nate has held on to over the years. And with pieces from other collections, they trace the evolution of Louise Nevelson from the small town to the big time.
I never wanted to make anything for anybody. I really wanted to have an unfoldment in myself. I made everything for myself because I wanted to realize, what is this world? What am I doing here? Where am I connected? And that was an important thing.
Many things in Rockland are the same as they were when she grew up. There are 8,000 people here now. There were 8,000 then. Young Louise used to walk along the beaches, picking up pieces of flotsam and jetsam, dreaming of things that might have been and of things that could be. And maybe it was back here, back then, that the soul of the artist began to take shape. Her desire to make things out of bits and pieces, chair legs and stair banisters and picture frames.
They make something beautiful out of nothing, really. No one else could make a barrel stave sing, I don't believe. And they do. They really do. They sing for you almost. Many people, were not, they didn't think of it as the art it is. I'm sure I didn't. I'm ashamed.
I know you and I have met somewhere, and I don't know where. But it's wonderful to see you again. Just wonderful, wonderful.
Thank you.
This is a great occasion for us. Just wonderful.
Thank you very much.
When she left here, it was without regret. And she's admitted that the place isn't much more to her than a dot on a map. And yet, here she was, at the age of 80, looking and dressing not at all the way 80-year-old women are supposed to look or dress in Rockland or anywhere else for that matter.
Well, after 60-odd years to come back and be greeted this way, I always had a cliche. I'd rather be kissed than not. So here I am.
Rockland accepts her now. No, accepts is far too weak a word. The town honors her. And she's going to honor Rockland with a work of art.
If you can envision the lawn going across toward the stop sign, and maybe a Nevelson replacing a cannon would be a possibility.
All right, let's go further.
Nevelson has accepted a commission to do a piece for the town, and she has chosen a site for it, selecting the library lawn over the alternatives the town gave her.
The other sites, if you will excuse me, are ugly, and they stink. So,
Literally.
not every day. No, but
I understand. I understand.
But anyway, they're ugly. If you go to Europe or even South America, they have places. They know that people have got to rest and have some fun. They do. We are so busy building this country that we haven't got to the point where we permit people to know that they can rest.
Whether Rocklanders are going to like what Nevelson does to their library lawn, we'll find out in a year or so. Following Louise Nevelson around for a day, a full, long, hot summer day, gives one an appreciation not only for her art, but for her amazing energy.
I play with the work, and since it's living, I permit it to come back to me. Yes, I do not superimpose altogether. I don't need to. Why should I do that? I think that is playing God myself.
I think most people, by the time they are your age,
Aren't here.
tired. That's right. That's right. Most of us would consider ourselves lucky to get to be your age.
Right.
And yet, here you are, active and productive and busy and happy and working. How do you do it?
Well, I can't answer that. I feel good, and I don't feel age. I've never felt age. I felt, how do I feel? And it's not chronological age anyway. And you see, dear, if you are doing your creative work, you don't have age or time as such. And consequently, you're not caught in it. So you go on.
Energy is something that just seems to infuse both you as a person and your creative output as well.
Yes.
Where does that energy come from?
First, I think you're born with it. I think you're born with it. Second, I think we create a great deal of our own energy. So, it's there.
It was Sarah Bernhardt said, "Energy creates energy."
She did?
Yes, she did.
Oh, good for her.
Because that really is the same thing, isn't it?
Yes, yes.
Interesting.
An interest, deep, valid interest, will create energy. That's really what we're talking about.
Do you like, now that you have become so honored and recognized for
Would you
what
say
you do?
that again, please?
So, you do like it, don't you?
Well, yes, I'd rather be kissed any time. Yeah.
Are you often recognized when you're walking down the street or when
You
go out
bet
public,
your
say
sweet
there's-
life I am.
And it makes you feel good.
Makes me feel good.
Louise Nevelson has long since conquered New York. But we couldn't help but feel she took special satisfaction after all these years in the conquest of Rockland, Maine.